Happy 4th of July, Mr. Cormier. So, I've been working on a little project. All the movies that you need to see before Endgame in order, in my correct order. Now, these are the ones that you look. It's okay to see them not before Endgame, because each one's a complete different, don't standalone story. You gotta see them as one standalone, but you also gotta see them as one universe. So number one is the Guardians of the Galaxy. But you see, this has bad color grading, so we can just cross them out. I'll fix that later. And next is Ant-Man, but this has bad color grading, so you just cross that out. In Doctor Strange, good color grading, just cross that out. Bad color grading, so cross that out, I mean. Now, the reason why I put Guardians of the Galaxy first, because this actually is a good staple of what the MCU is about, is family. And you see that start off in the 90s. This starts in the 90s, but again goes to the somewhere in the 2000s, when Peter Quill, Star-Lord, gets a family of his own, becomes a new family after not holding his mother's hand as she died. He redeems himself at the end and holds his new family's hand as the getting killed by absorbing all this cosmic power. Ant-Man is about a family again. Now, this is about a hero becoming a hero for his daughter. And he succeeds at the end. Now, it's nice and sad, but this is just a bit of a rush origin story where it heavily focuses on setting up Infinity War and developing the Infinity Stones and foreshadowing the alternate realities that Doctor Strange sees and Infinity War. And it's also an origin for Doctor Strange becoming a selfish doctor to a hero. Okay. Captain America: The First Avengers is a straight up origin story about a nice guy, but it doesn't have the body of a hero. Eventually, it takes some guessing judge with superhero serum, and he gets his chance to become a hero. Captain Marvel is about and by the end of him, he winds up in present day, where it sets up the Avengers in justifying the title, the first Avenger, because he was a first. Because now Captain Marvel, you get the Avengers. The Avengers get the title from Captain Marvel by the end of the film, because Nick Fury got inspired by Captain Marvel. And this is another origin story, but basically this Kree that she knows as a family lied to a complete whole life, so she's been trained against the enemy that's trained against the bad guys, who were told that she was the good guy the entire time. Okay, now Iron Man 2 is about Tony Stark continuing his Avengers as Iron Man, but he's dying and is finding a way to enjoy the life what he has to live. Then when the Black Widow gets worked into the plot, and she tells him to just enjoy your party if it's the last one you're going to have. and just do what you feel like. Uh, he takes that advice, but he turns into a bit of a jerk. And responsible jerk goes back to being an irresponsible jerk. And hang on, just stay with me. I'm going to get a drink. But I'm not going to leave you, okay, Miss Quiet? Okay, so he is on house arrest by Nick Fury till he can solve the answer of what's killing him, but also keeping us alive. And Agent Roman, well, she basically told him to shove it for being an ass at the party. And she told him to basically just live like to the fullest, not to be an asshole, not to just go back to being an old asshole like his old self. So he took the advice, but he took it wrong. Now, he eventually does have his happy ending and finds the answer to his heart and gets the right antidote to his heart and takes on bad guys. Now the Avengers. Now the Avengers is a bunch of misfits coming together like a family, and Black Widow Sally gets the most character development. I don't know how that's possible because she ain't got her own standalone film, but others are just mostly played for jokes and punchlines, while Black Widow actually has some sort of character. So she wants to save her friend from being brainwashed, and she does so by hitting him in the head hard. Okay, now Thor's the Downfall. Now this is about grief and coming together with your family members, and then eventually your family members will stab you in the back, and Thor herself is a lot in this film, so it's kind of depressing to watch, but still good. Now Captain America: The Winter Soldier is by comedy between Black Widow and Steve. Black Widow's trying to get him as date. He finds out that there's a mole Hydra, so he's told not to trust anyone. So he also thinks Black Widow could be that mole, but then then Black Widow thinks he's a mole. Then she finds out that he's not mole. It's very complicated. But anyway, the movie heavily focuses on those chemistry between them and each other. And you find out that Bucky is Steve's oldest friend, and you find out he was the Winter Soldier working for Hydra, Brainwatch, all that other good stuff. And this is Age of Ultron. Now, the Avengers have become more closer in this one due to the events, and the main focus is on the chemistry that all of the Avengers have, and sort of pays homage to one of the greatest romances of all time, Casablanca, where it ends up tragedy between Bruce and Banner. In the end, he ends up breaking the love of his life's heart by leaving her. And now we go to Winter Soldier. Now in this one, the Avengers is basically about the Avengers splitting up, and they go their separate ways, but they're still buds at the end. Now this is about Scott Lang being on house arrest, and looking for and finding a partner or also a love interest, and it's also about reuniting with your family. Now, this is Black Panther. It's basically Black Panther is origin story of telling is the origin story of the King of Wakanda, T'Challa, and how he became the Black Panther, the man he was meant to become. So it's kind of a coming of age story. Now, next, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Now, the ones I haven't crossed off, I did not cut out the timeline in which is necessary to watch, because they have good color grading and you actually see the expression of the characters' faces. Now, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is basically about Peter Quill against Star-Lord. It has a family, but doesn't know it until at the end that he always had a family, but he sees that his biological dad as his family, but everyone else sees that he always had a family, which was the Guardians of the Galaxy. And by the end of the film, he found out he always had a father, but he didn't realize until she makes the ultimate sacrifice. So now we have Homecoming. Now, Homecoming is a coming of age story of a man becoming a hero, because he looks up to these heroes and he wants to be like them. But then by the end of the film, he becomes his own hero because he realized that he's always been a hero. Now, Infinity War I can't be honest with you, it's a mindless action film starring the Avengers. It isn't that deep, but you'll have a good time watching it. But it does show Thanos' side of the story. Again, the introspective is my least favorite one. Now, Thor Ragnarok is a buddy comedy again. This time it's with the Hulk and Thor become best buds by the end of the film, and Hulk is in a depressed state of is depressed in this and a bit in denial of it, because he's having a hard time because he can't deal with the fact that he let the love of his life, Black Widow. He can't deal with the fact that he just abandoned her, and that's why he turns back into Bruce Banner, because he can't deal with it. At least that's what I see. Now, and by the end, good guys win, the bad guys lose. And Thor loses everything in this film. And I mean everything. You see Thor as a role play, he gets his eye cut off, he has his hammer destroyed that he considers like a loved one. Which I guess what I was all hands his best friend. So he considers like a close relative of his. So you see in Endgame, now this is the last one. You see a very depressed Thor that has really just let himself go after killing Thanos. And Black Widow is trying to keep the Avengers together, but no one's really interested in being heroes anymore. Not even Captain America. So she makes the ultimate sacrifice and kills herself after fighting with Hawkeye and decide who to die because they didn't want to lose their best friend. But Black Widow says it's okay, buddy, and she lets go of Banner's hand and she falls to the abyss, and where Banner gets the Soul Stone. And by the end of the film, because of Black Widow's sacrifice, they become a team again. They become the families back together, and they become a team again because everyone comes back, and they're all eager to kick some ass and be the Avengers again because of Black Widow's sacrifice. That's why Black Widow, to me, is the most important character in the heart and soul of Endgame. And without her, I don't think I would ever realize how attached I am to all these characters. That's sad to say that. And Iron Man makes us a sacrifice after making peace with his dad by hugging him, and he sacrificed himself because of by being also, and Black Widow inspires him to be a hero again because everyone else is being a hero. So he decides to be a hero again. You know, he doesn't want to lose his kid and still wants to see his kid grow up. He decides the right thing to do is just say, "I am Iron Man," and snaps his fingers and takes the ultimate sacrifice, much like Black Widow. I think Black Widow was more tragedy because after you watch it, you probably would know after knowing the history. Oh. And that's the list in good in depth. Trying not to make us into each one to review. Just trying to tell you the basics of it, of this each film. I want to tell you my two favorites: Homecoming and Endgame. My third favorite would have to be Age of Ultron. And fourth, I gotta be honest, to see the Captain America, the Winter Soldier. And fifth is Ant-Man and the Wasp. And I'll pick a sixth one, okay? Iron Man 2. Now, I love all of them, except the three, which is Guardians of the Galaxy, Doctor Strange, and Ant-Man. Mainly because the color green. Now, if they ever release these in proper coloring, I would be incredibly happy to go out and get them. But those versions don't exist yet. But the good thing is, Marvel is thinking on releasing their films in proper color grade. And if they do that, I'm going to die as a happy man. And it puts so much stress on your face. Even the ones I like, the color grading isn't quite perfect. Like this one, and 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 this one. And that's it. At least it doesn't fit the film perfectly, so. Yeah, it kind of broke a sweat doing all this. So that's my thoughts on the MCU of all the ones you should see before Endgame. Hope you enjoyed this, Mr. Mayor. Bye.